Because at the time of giving the offer, they had not come to bank they indicated they were willing to, at casual glance, they were willing to take it for 10 million, but subject to a due diligence on the portfolio itself.
Did the Bank of Uganda give a power button to Kirkland? Did the Bank of Uganda give any power button?
Mr. Chairman, I haven't understood that question.
Did the Bank of Uganda ever give power of attorney to any of these companies after selling or on sale?
There was no need for the power of attorney to Kirkland. Kirkland had
what is this power of attorney which you've handed over? Have you handed over power of attorney?
Mr. Chairman, the power of attorney is for Greenland Bank in liquidation, ICB in liquidation, Cooperative Bank in liquidation, assigning their rights over the assets to Bank of Uganda to be able to sell.
Okay. So after selling, what happens? Does the loan still run? How the person you've sold the loan to, does he continue charging interest?
Mr. Chairman, I need to understand this better. Cooperative Bank in liquidation, Greenland Bank in liquidation, signing the power of attorney to who? To Bank of Uganda. And who was the liquidator? Because you're talking about a liquidator appointed by Bank of Uganda, signing a power of attorney in favor of Bank of Uganda. You could be advised on the parties unless I do not understand my things perfectly. Chair.
You see, let me tell you, some of these questions appear innocent, but I would think you need to reflect on them. Because isn't it true that Bank of Uganda gave a power of attorney to Nile River acquisition? Then why are you talking about other things? When I was asking you, did Bank of Uganda ever give power of attorney? And
Mr. Chairman, you said, did Bank of Uganda give a power of attorney to Kirkland? And that is the question you asked. And I said there was no need for that power of attorney to Kirkland. The power of attorney was given to the buyer to enable him collect the debt that had been sold.
What power did you give him?
I don't have the power of attorney document with me.
There it is. And before you read, let me tell you why I'm asking you this question. After you had sold this portfolio to this third party, what powers were you donating? Because you've already sold the portfolio. You no longer have proprietary rights.
Okay.
Because the only right you donate is that which you have of a property. But once you have sold it, what is this you are giving?
Mr. Chairman, through the Governor, after the sale of the portfolio, Nile River indicated to us that they had gotten a problem of following up in the land office and also in court. And the debtors themselves were challenging them as to what was their power. That's why the power of attorney was executed.
But for what? You have no authority over that. Because the power of attorney, literally, is the power. You have a property. You have already sold the property. And thereafter, somebody comes to you because he's having problems, say, give me power. What power did the Bank of Uganda have to donate? And please speak legally.
Mr. Chairman, I can't speak legally. I will only give you a finance perspective.
You see, in law you don't give what you don't have. And the reason is why you, colleagues, listen. The reason why, for example, there is that discount of 93% is because somebody is taking over vagaries, the risks. That's why you even discount. But after you've sold, you cannot come to you and say, now give us power. You had no power at all over those properties. Because what happens, did you give these powers in perpetuity? Was the Nile River there for being a banker? I don't know that you get it. Because if you give them powers, actually you are donating your statutory powers. You are actually donating your statutory or proprietary powers, which the statutory powers you can't donate it.
Maybe, Chair.
Unless the law allows you to. Two, you have no proprietary powers at all.
Yeah. Maybe she reads first the powers she gave, because you got given her to read the powers. She has it. Let her read us the powers she gave. Because now you are telling her.
No, I don't think she, let's say Bank of Uganda gave. I think that's better.
So let Bank of Uganda give us the powers they give from the powers of the attorney.
Let's do that. Please, if you could answer the questions, then Mike will come in.
Mr. Chairman, and through the Governor, I'm reading the power of attorney dated 3rd July 2008. Bank of Uganda, being the statutory liquidator of International Credit Bank in liquidation, do hereby appoint MS Nile River Acquisition Company of 4th floor, Les Cascades, whatever building, Edith Cavell Street, Port Louis, Republic of Mauritius, the buyer of the residual loan portfolio of International Credit Bank, to be its true and lawful attorney and in its name and on its behalf to do the following: sign and execute all documents relating to releases of mortgages and caveats in respect of the residual loan portfolio of International Credit Bank in liquidation sold by Bank of Uganda to the buyer thereof, and do all such acts, matters and things that are expedient or necessary for carrying out the powers hereby given. Bank of Uganda hereby undertakes to ratify. Bank of Uganda hereby undertakes to ratify and confirm all and what the said attorney shall do lawfully pursuant to this power of attorney. In witness hereof, signed by the Deputy Governor and witnessed by the Board Secretary, and is registered the document was registered.
Yeah. And seal? And seal?
Mr. Chairman, I haven't understood that question on seal.
How does seal get involved in signing and...
Now, we sold to we sold to Nile River Acquisition, and we gave them powers of attorney. They chose to do their business here through seal investments.
Does that mean, Mr. Chairman, Bank of Uganda has no contractual relationship with seal investments?
No. That's what I think.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to know why Bank of Uganda accepted this special purpose vehicle to be registered and formed in Mauritius when the work was here. Why didn't they make that special purpose vehicle here, but make it in Mauritius?
Yeah, do that, but we're not going to lose out. We wanted to know who took the decision and the valuation report of the portfolio, the risks involved and so on, and why you had to discount. Can we have those documents?
Okay, with regard to why did Octavian incorporate a special purpose vehicle, that was their decision. And they told us that you signed the agreement with Nile River acquisition. The other question was, why did we sign
Chair, just clarification. Chair, can a Ugandan company deal with a company registered in a foreign country without having a local presence? I just wanted that clarification.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Because it looks like by the time the seal came in later, after, if I followed her correctly, that when they were facing challenges, it was not at that time when Bank of Uganda was dealing with the Nile River acquisition.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I want to draw a distinction between a purchase of an asset and doing business in Uganda. And a classic example we have in Uganda is that Standard Chartered Bank purchased UCBL. But for purposes of doing business in Uganda, they incorporated Stanbic Bank. A purchase of an asset, the debt is a financial asset. So even people come here and buy our bonds and treasury bills. But the actual business is being conducted by a Ugandan registered company.
When you gave powers of attorney to Kakla,
we never gave to
River Nile, to Nile River, wasn't it doing business by actually even getting authority to sign a document of release of mortgages, transfers? Wasn't it? It's not a purchase of asset. It is now doing business. It's purchased, but it is now doing business, including releasing mortgages.
Mr. Chairman, with regard to when we gave them those powers, they could have come to Uganda and incorporated a company called Nile Rivers.
No.
They chose to use seal investment.
Let's get the question cancelled. I understand where you say this was purely a purchase of an asset and ends there. But you did not end there. You actually enabled them to do business by giving them further powers of actually even actually recoveries. Because that's purely business, no longer an asset sale. It's more than an asset sale because they are collecting, they are releasing,